Feedback, evaluation and professional development. The aim of this part of the unit is to learn how to provide constructive feedback, how to cater for evaluation, and how to identify opportunities for professional development. Learning outcomes. Upon completion of the session, learners will be able to explain the different methods of giving feedback and define constructive and destructive feedback, recognize the importance of learner and teacher evaluation, and discuss continuing professional development, CPD, and the requirement for teachers. Methods of giving feedback. It's important that we offer and receive feedback. It's important that feedback is a two-way process. Two-way communication between the learner and teacher must be given as close to the completion of the task or assessment as possible. There are various ways of delivering feedback, such as interview, formal recording, group feedback, and one-to-one feedback. Students must feel at ease with the teacher, so feedback must be constructive, objective, and descriptive. So how should feedback be presented? Well, you need to offer encouragement, be explicit, refer only to the aspects of performance that can be changed, offer praise, be totally descriptive, always stand by your feedback, make sure you offer factual feedback, make sure it's timely feedback, and always end on a high. It's what we call the layer cake feedback, or I used to call it the feedback sandwich. And this is where layer 1, thank the learner, praise and encourage, bring out 4 or 5 points that went particularly well. Layer 2, the middle layer, bring out 1 or 2 points to address developmental issues but still encourage. At layer 3, the finish, complete the feedback with 4 or 5 positive aspects that went well, and once again praise and motivate. This layer supports the whole feedback process. Evaluation. Recorded course evaluation. It's vital that the session or course is evaluated at all levels. Evaluation should be conducted by both the learners as well as the teacher. The evaluation should cover the following areas: administration before and during the course or program, delivery methods and suitability, assessment methods, feedback, tutor effectiveness, meeting of aims and learning outcomes, and meeting learner needs. Professional development. Professional development for teachers is making progress in the teaching profession through increasing personal skills, knowledge and understanding. CPD, Continuing Professional Development, is a combination of strategies, ideas and methods that will help you manage and progress with your personal learning and development. As a teacher and also a member of the IFL, you commit to recording your continuous professional development. But why do we need to demonstrate CPD? It's to formally demonstrate that you're improving relevant understanding, knowledge and skills in your subject area, as well as progressing with your teaching or training. But what activities could count as CPD? Well, formal attended courses and coursework, attending CPD events, attending conferences, recorded teaching practices, coaching and mentoring, and supervising and consultation. There are many professional development tools available to us as teachers. We can have online CPD tools, where IFL offer a reflect system, personal development plans, personal development journal, and a SWAIN analysis. What is a SWAIN analysis? Well, S stands for strengths, weaknesses is W, A is aspirations, I is interests, and lastly N is needs. Again, yet another acronym to remember, SWAIN. So to summarise, we view the importance of evaluation at all levels. Also, we have discussed continuing professional development, the importance of this and also why it is required. And we've also discussed various methods of recording CPD. Now, to finish, just a couple of slides really on providing training courses. Now, the initial information, when we put together a session plan or lesson plan, we need to provide initial information. This will be the headings. For example, what the course is about, what time it's going to be held, the venue. Then we need to put down the aim and learning outcomes. This is followed by the introduction to the course program, the development, the main body of the course program or lesson, and the conclusion. Now this consists of consolidation, the key points, reinforcement, which could be handouts or textbook, and the assessment, which involves testing, and evaluation, how was my training. So let's have a look at that in more detail with training and teaching. With any course, any session, you start off with telling them what you want to teach them. So that's the aim and learning outcomes. Then you actually teach them. That's the introduction, development and conclusion. Then you tell them what you just taught them. This is the consolidation or the key points. Then you show them what you just taught them. This is the reinforcement by way of handouts or textbooks. And then you ask them what you just taught them, which is by way of assessment. And lastly, evaluation. How was your performance as a teacher or trainer? Now, a couple of things when you're asking questions, a system I always use is use the 3 P's. First of all, pose the question, pause, wait, and then pounce for the answer. So rather than say, excuse me, John, what is the capital of England? It's far better to say, what is the capital of England? Pause, and then say, John, or whatever person you want to ask the question to. That way everybody's waiting to be asked the question, everybody remains alert. If you start off by saying the person's name, then everybody else relaxes, and really they might not even listen to the answer. Now always ask open questions, and I call it 5 bums on a rugby post. You've got 5 W's on a H, and these stand for the following. I keep 6 honest serving men. They taught me all I knew. Their names are what and why and when, so that's the first 3 W's. And how and where and who, so there's the last 2 W's, and the H there is the actual rugby post. And this was a poem put together by Rudyard Kipling between 1865 and 1936. He actually published it as Just So Stories, The Elephant's Child, in 1902. By asking open questions, people can't just answer with a yes or a no. They must expand on their answer.